We welcome in head coach Pete Carroll. And coach, how excited are you after the preseason, everything through camp, the preparation to have this team ready?
It has been a big build-up. You know, we've set in motion a whole approach and mentality and trying to develop the culture that we'd like to stand for. And it's really been fun. The guys have been so open to receive new ideas, new thoughts, and new ways of doing stuff. Been a lot of energy. You know, we practiced hard and fast and competitively at all times, and it's given us a chance to really get moving in the program. We'll find out. You know, we got to play some games here and see what happens.
I want to ask about the competition, the drafted players that came in, the new players that you're coaching, pretty much everybody. When you gave them that new culture of competition, how they gravitated to that?
Well, it's pretty natural. You know, I've found it to be over the years a natural, you know, kind of smooth connection, because the guys all, you know, they talk about competing, they know what that is, but they get overwhelmed with how pervasive it is in our program and from my direction and all that. It is the central theme in the program, and it is what we're looking for at all times, and it's why we end everything with a jump ball or shooting hoops or we're throwing contests or whatever, just to keep competing at everything that we're doing, and they've taken to it well. It's fun. It's fun for us, you know. Winning and losing, there's something at stake every day, and players get to cheer for one another, and as well as we get to see them in situations where they, you know, how they handle the competition of it. It's all part of it, because everywhere we go, every game we play is inundated with competition. So we want to get really used to being there.
You start your program with Geno Smith. How great is that for you? The relationship you have. Can you tell us about his leadership?
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate that we were able to do that. Geno, you know, really commands a respect because of his work ethic and his habits, his mentality, his mental toughness, how aggressive a player he is. He really sets in motion, you know, the mentality that we wanted on that side of the ball, which we would have been starting over, you know, without that. And Geno and I have been together a long time, and we see eye to eye on everything, and he represents the mentality exactly the way you would hope to. Fortunately, you know, we got Max on the other side, who is, you know, he is the epitome of a great competitor, and so we've had really good direction and leadership right from the start, and really by example, which is the most powerful way to set it.
Now, not only Raider Nation, but all of the NFL is waiting on Ashton Jeanty, and it's been really exciting. We saw a little bit of him in the preseason. What'd you see when you look back at the tape, and tell our fans about his preparation and how much he enjoys this opportunity to potentially be an elite player in this league?
You know, he's a great kid, first off. I mean, our fans will love his personality, his way, his expectations and standards that he plays by, practices by. He's a terrific player on the practice field. He's done so many great things. His elusiveness, his toughness was really shown in the preseason. I loved that he got to show that he'll come after you and attack a defensive player. That sets in motion when he makes you miss too. You know, and you don't know if he's coming at you or he's going to make you miss. His all-around just capabilities. He can catch the football really well. He runs good routes. He's really done well in pass protection. That's been no issue for him at all. He's got he's a low center of gravity about him that gives him some special qualities and some really strike ability when he blocks, but also when he runs. He has approached this with a very even keel about him. You know, it has not been big for him, and he's taken it well. He's had fun with it. He's got a smile on his face all the time, and the more competitive it gets, the more fun he's having. So I think our fans are going to just love him, and I hope that we'll get him on the loose some, get him in some space so you get to see him go. He's going to be hard to tackle in the open field.
Coach, you mentioned Max with Kuntz there and what you have in this rotation. How important is this pass rush to help the young secondary on the back end?
Well, the pass rush is always key to everything, you know, and if you have it or if you don't, it's key. So we have to count on Max. Max has had a great off season in his recovery. He has not missed anything of the work that we've done. He has been the epitome of leadership in terms of his effort and his playmaking. We've seen him flash so brilliantly in the preseason in the few snaps that we've given him, run and pass. The mix of this, the pass rush is always crucial. And if you don't have the four-man pass rush, you have to complement it with pressure, which Patrick Graham has been really known for. I mean, probably zero blitz more than anybody in the NFL last year. So he's aggressive in attacking. We will use a combination of coverage principles with our pressure to complement the four-man rush. You really want to rush four guys so that you can play the coverage that you want to play, and so we'll see how that goes. We won't know that for a while. We'll find out pretty early in the season how that's come along. But we will always be working to get four-man going, and Malcolm is back full speed.
Good.
It took Malcolm all camp to get there. He had to kind of feel his way the first couple weeks, but he has really found it. We're counting a lot on Tyree to help us in different situations. Adam Butler has been really an effective guy to work with. He's really a savvy football player. Teams will see that he games things up really well, and he'll take advantage of helping the guys around him as well as make his own pass rush available. So hopefully that's going to be a big part of it. It is really crucial.
And one follow-up with that is the depth of the other defensive tackle next to Adam and how many players you have. I've been telling everybody, I think it's a strength of this team on how you can roll in fresh bodies along the way. How important is that to your program and schemes for all teams that you go up against?
Yeah, Jonah Lualu has been really effective. I caught him on film just going through it early on, and I was wondering why he didn't play more. Well, I didn't realize he didn't get here early, and he was not part of the team early on. But he has really come on and been a factor. Adam has been a nice factor in there. We're excited to get Tonk going too. He's shown really good lateral quickness and a natural athleticism about himself. He uses his hands really well. He's still raw and it has to be developed, but he's going to be in the rotations for sure. So getting Thomas Booker was a big deal to us. A really steady factor at playing the nose tackle spot. He jumped right into the starting group right after the first week he was here. Really stout and smart and a tough chase guy and all of that. So we've got a good group, and we will mix those guys. Fotu's been good too.
Yeah.
And he got his one showing. He showed us some stuff in the springtime, but then he got banged up a little bit. And when he came back, he had a really good game in the final preseason game. So that's leading him into a chance to help as well.
Let's touch on the Patriots. Drake May, what do you see on tape? What type of player is he?
He's really good. He's a really well-rounded athlete, runs well, is apt to take off. If you give him any kind of space, he's going to get out some. A really live arm, can use the whole field. He's got a big arm, and seems to be very creative. And what you like about him is competitiveness. He's a good competitor. He battles. And
what about a Mike Vrabel team competing against him? What do you see typically when Mike Vrabel walks out of the tunnel with his team?
Yeah, well, he goes back to the New England roots, and so that tells us a lot about what he believes in as a defensive coach and also as a head coach. They want to run the football a lot. Josh is going to run the ball with a real commitment, and that'll fit right with what Mike wants to see as a defensive guy. So we expect to see a really tough football team dedicated to running the ball and trying to stop the run, and they'll start from there.
Last one, Coach. You did an amazing job with the 12s in Seattle. You built the culture, and it was an incredibly hard place for other teams to play. What do you need to see from Raider Nation, what you want to see coming back at Allegiant Stadium? Because you're going to see a lot of this in New England. This is a East Coast spot for Raider Nation to come from Canada, from Buffalo, from Long Island, from all parts to try to get there. So you'll see Raider Nation there, as you know, but especially the culture you're building in Vegas.
Yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to this relationship with the nation, and they're so crucial to us, and they're so extraordinarily unique, because they do come from everywhere. When we travel, we hope to see them in big numbers and be a factor and see the black hole and the whole thing. We're counting on that. At home, we have to make it more a factor. So many people want to come to Vegas and come to, and take their trips that people will go all out to get in the stadium and make that part of their experience. We have to overwhelm them, and so that'll be a growing part of our development of this program. The fans are hugely important. We need to make it a factor when people come to our place. You're right about, I didn't develop the 12s. They were already there. I just got a chance to embrace them and be part of it. They were an incredible factor for us, and to the point where they caused the other team to falter and make mistakes and all that. So we're going to work to develop that, and I know the enthusiasm and the excitement we build by our success is really on us. So we need to play well, do well, and make it a factor for people coming in here. So I hope that we can really connect with those guys.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.